Edwina's just catching her breath. Here she is. Come on in, Edwina. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hello, Brendan. Hayden?
Close.
Hayden.
Edwina actually wanted to be interviewed by Sarah today because Sarah's very good at jazz, but you got me, so apologies for that, but I'm sure we'll get along. Have you always been a trumpeter, or at school, or when you were young, did you have to learn something else?
Well, I come from an extremely musical family. My father's the late former brass band conductor of the National Band in New Zealand, Edwina Thorne, who had brass bands on parade for many years. So from a very early age, I learnt piano, singing, theory. I wrote my first composition at 11 or 12 years old. And I used to be in Max Choir and the Children, something I didn't used to admit at school. But I'm very proud of now. And so I come from a brass family, but it wasn't until I went to Epsom Girls Grammar School that someone had to play the trumpet, and that was me. And I put my hand up.
Did you know when you picked it up, did you think this is going to take me around the world? Because the trumpet has taken you around the world.
It has. Look, trumpet is such a cool instrument. When you play it, the endorphins are running around your head, the blood's you know, pumping, and just it's such a powerful instrument. I like it that I can get right out front and I can command the audience. I can lead the band. I've been in clubs where the power's gone off, but I've still been able to play the trumpet. The drums are still going, I'm still going. I can play with people turning a trash can over in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
I can play on the street corner at a drop of a hat. I play with an immense variety of people, also with the Auckland Philharmonic and the New Zealand Symphony Orchestra, but also in very everyday situations. It's so flexible. You played in so many different styles of music. Have you got to take it up?
I'm going to give it a go in a second, I think, because I've been eyeing it up and think that doesn't look so hard, but I think it may be a little harder than I realised.
It's only hard if you don't have the physical things right, because it's not complicated. There's only 3 valves, so you've only got about 8 combinations. But it's the actual physical breathing and the embouchure and the posture.
Because you can sing and play the trumpet in the same piece.
Yes.
I find that hard to believe, but somehow you can do it.
Yeah, a lot of people get quite impressed at that thing, but if you're just really breathing and just take your breath naturally and fill up, you can just put the trumpet down and start singing and then pick it up again, as long as you catch your breath in the meantime. And
because you're a parent, and you you didn't put the trumpet down, but you decided to go, because you had kids at home, so you decided to go teaching, but in the holidays, like the trumpet, you never gave the trumpet away just because you were working?
No, not at all. Look, when I came back to New Zealand at 30 years old, having lived overseas in America for 9 years and being a full-time trumpet player, there wasn't a lot of work for a trumpet player at that time in New Zealand. And with young kids anyway, I needed to organise my lifestyle around it. But though I was a full-time teacher and a music teacher, I have to say, and I took jazz bands and orchestras and musicals and masses and everything, I still organised during the holidays to go overseas to Noosa Jazz Festival, Magnetic Island. I went around New Zealand, down to the South Island to Punga Cove and Furno Lodge. I took my children with me, and easily they got amalgamated into the communities. Even in Indonesia, when I was there, I took my eldest. It's amazing how people will just put their hand up and help you when you've got a child. That inclusiveness, my children both say that they've been to more places in the world than a lot of the kids their age.
They must have really looked forward to the holidays.
They did. We had a ball. Even, as I say, trekking around the South Island, I think I had one of those train tickets, and I had organised gigs in Christchurch and different places, I think, way out in Greymouth and things. We often would stay in hostels, backpackers, because the young Japanese girls who spoke little English, they loved the fact that they had the kids that they could rapport with and talk to, and they love the attention.
I've got no time to play it. Unfortunately, the news is coming. You cannot be late for the news. You'll lose a limb. Seriously, you can't. I've got to go.
Oh, okay.
I sounded quite stern then, didn't I? It's these people in my ear. Anyway, you'll find out more about Edwina's album online at tvnz.co.nz/goodmorning. Thank you very much for coming in.
Kati pai.
I appreciate it very much.